Nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, nice to
Thanks
meet
for the
you too.
interview.
My name is Travis. For those that
Yeah.
are watching this and don't know anything about Valorant, I'm joined right now by Boaster from Fnatic to learn about Valorant. Of course, the coverage brought to you by Alienware. So, Boaster, I'm kind of coming in this week, and I'm just asking people questions to learn about them as I'm educating myself on Valorant. And you seem to be a very interesting figure. I watched you in the press conference, and I've seen you do a lot of dancing and
Mm-hmm.
all sorts of stuff. So, what is your background? Because you were celebrating on stage after that win. I look at your Twitter. You're doing spins and dances. Where does this all come from?
My background. Well, I was a footballer, and I decided my leg. No, no, I was joking. I actually did musical theatre.
Oh, okay.
So I was like performing in shows, dancing, acting, singing, and whatnot, and like going on TV and whatnot. But nothing serious. But I was still like training. That before I actually became a gamer, I was training to be in musical theatre,
Oh, okay,
which is
okay.
funny.
And I've heard
So
on Shroud's co-stream they were talking about how you were actually doing some content creation for one of the EU teams a while back. Is this
yeah,
true? Maybe you can talk about that as well.
Yeah, so I retired from CS like 2019 or something, and then I joined XL in the LEC, and I was a vlogger. So I was just content creating, and I was also trying to go pro in League. I just wanted to be a pro all my life, you know. So I was going pro in League, and I got diamond in like 6 months, and then I got onto the sub, but then like the substitute spot for XL, and then yeah, I mean, I was just making content, but obviously it's hard to go pro in that game if you come in late, I guess. And Valorant came out, and I was like, this is my game. Like bit of League, bit of CS, let's go. Like something new, something fresh. So I dropped my job. I left my job, and I was like, I'm just gonna grind for 6 months. And I was just saying that Fnatic's gonna pick me up, and then for some reason, Fnatic eventually did pick me up. So here I am,
You just
just
willed it
enjoying it.
into existence that this was going to
Yeah,
happen.
exactly. Pretty much. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, hey, you're the perfect person to ask this in because the majority of the people that are watching this on my channel, or at least my subscribers, are going to be League folks. So how does the Valorant scene compare to the League of Legends scene?
Um, I'm not entirely sure how like big the NAE rivalry is. League of Legends. I
It's
know
huge.
like because I remember like it being like EU memeing NA, NA memeing EU, especially when it comes to worlds and whatnot. I was always kind of a fan of the NA teams coming up, like Liquid and whatnot in the previous worlds and stuff. I always thought it was kind of exciting. But in terms of that kind of rivalry, I guess it's still there then. And in terms of the fans there, I guess I don't know. I think they're kind of the same: rowdy, loud, supportive. You know, like if something goes wrong, they got your back. If you're giving it, they're giving it, and it's kind of it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, okay, so what led you to like this is a very interesting path that you took where you were going to do the musical theater thing and then you were like, "No, I have to become a pro gamer." And you tried a
Mm.
bunch of different ways to do it. You finally found it. So what made you decide to switch paths and go down something very different because I don't think there are as many musical theater
Mm.
background pro players in esports these days.
Yeah, I don't think there are either. If there are, then drop me a DM. We can go to a musical together. No, so I think I was 18 or 19, and I was quite a late developer in terms of like puberty and whatnot. So I was quite young for my age, and as you can see, I'm still rocking the young vibes right now. And I guess I went for auditions and just didn't have very much luck in London theatre schools. Like no, I might have got a recall from one place, but didn't manage to get all the way and be accepted into these schools. So I, being disheartened and like 2 years of trying, and then like I was doing other bits and bobs, and some other disheartening stuff happened where I didn't get the role and whatnot. So I don't know. I was always gaming on the side. I've always been gaming, always running home from school, playing video games, loving it. Whether it's World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Valorant, CS, well, not Valorant because obviously this
Right.
is new, but CS at the time. And yeah, I guess like because I was grinding and whatnot, I was just like having fun at video games. And my brother used to play, my older brother, who used to be like a little ex-pro in CS source and whatnot. So I guess yeah, I got involved in a CS:GO team when I was like 19. I like someone scouted me, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then I was like, it was getting better and better, and I was getting better. And then I was like, whoa, I actually I wanna try this now, mum. And she was like, no, go to the stage. I was like, yeah, but mum, if I make it pro, then I'm gonna be on a stage, and then I'll be able to perform on that stage instead. And eventually, 7 years down the line or whatnot, I made it. But I'm not where I want to be yet. I want to be a champion.
Okay, well, we're excited to see how things go over the course of this tournament. But I'm kind of curious. Speaking about the tournament, what do you think this tournament means for Valorant? Because you've made this decision to dive in. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out, like, what is Valorant esports going to be like? What is the long term of this? Sort of, what are your impressions of the esport? Especially as you're participating in this event.
I love that there's so many regions involved. It adds a lot of excitement. So when the fans are watching and stuff, like you got Korea, you got like Thailand, you've got NA, EU, Brazil, LATAM and whatnot, and Japan, and all these teams are kind of like fighting against each other. No one knows how people play, and it's like excitement because it's like worldwide, and it's not like the kind of CS where it's like, you have your staple teams and that's that. It's like something new, something fresh. And like, it seems to be quite exciting because some of these games have been so tight this event and so close. And I think a lot of people are starting to enjoy it. And I kind of just like the idea of the kind of characters and whatnot, because maybe right down the line, we'll make a TV series about them too. And that'll be kind of hype. So it's just cool. There's like story and stuff,
As you pointed out, you've got all these different regions coming together. I know oftentimes different regions develop different metas and different games and different playstyles. Has there been anything that's been really surprising to you at this event, or anything that's caught you off guard or that you thought is exciting?
Actually, no. However, because like obviously I researched every team coming into this event, and there was rumors of these teams and whatnot of how they kind of played. And it's kind of funny how some teams are quite different and quite aggressive or passive. It's just cool that the styles all come together for this event, and like we have to kind of adapt and be like, well, these guys play like this, these guys play like this. How are we gonna like it's really good training. Like honestly, my brain is I've been having a lot of salmon at breakfast, and I must say my brain must be popping out of my skull.
Why the salmon? What is this, a reference to something?
I'm pretty sure salmon's brain food.
Yeah, I think I've heard that. I think as well. I know people take salmon. Oh, this is good though. I didn't know.
Yeah.
See, I never hear league pros talking about what they're having for breakfast to make sure that their brain is working. So you're already ahead of the curve, or maybe Valorant is. How has Iceland been for you? I mean, what has it been like experiencing this event and going to Iceland and being around all these different teams?
It's amazing because before I was pro, obviously I was with XL and the LEC, and before that I actually vlogged the major in UK, and I also vlogged ECS, Face It ECS in Cancun. And I always remember like sitting there with my camera, vlogging camera, like wishing I was in these positions to go on stage and compete and whatnot. So to come into Valorant now and finally and actually qualify for the first ever Riot international event, like I was about to be rude there. It's just so exciting. It's just amazing. It's like I said, I've been trying to do this for 7 years, and to finally have done it like through actual hard work as well, it's just so gratifying. Yeah. It's like really nice.
I mean, it's a really inspiring story for sure. Is there actually, I'll ask you a very silly question first. Have you seen the 1996 film Space Jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that film's unreal.
Yes, fantastic. Okay, this is the most enthusiastic. I've asked this to a ton of people, including at the League of Legends event last week. It's the basketball one, isn't it? With all the little cartoon. Yeah, I watched that loads when I was a kid. Okay, fantastic. Well, in that film, the Monstars steal the powers of NBA athletes to make themselves better. So if you were to steal the power of any Valorant pro at this event, whose power would you steal and why?
Any pro at this event, it would have to be like Tens or Durka, or even like, because they're young and they're like popping off. I want to get that raw aim, that raw skill back, because I'm old now and I'm all about the brain and all about the macro kind of the game. Whereas like to have some of that like individual prowess back would be sick, and like as well as being an IGL, it'd be like, whew, sheesh. It'd be cool.
Well, pick one of them at least.
Well, Dirk is my teammate.
I mean, if you steal his power, then he doesn't have it, and you're on the same team as him.
Yeah. So. I'll steal Tenzin. So then next time we face Sentinels, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like,
there's a strategic element to this question as well. So, very good. Anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
thank you for supporting me. Thank you to my girlfriend Yinsu for supporting me as well. Like, I don't think I'd actually be here without her, to be fair, with all the kind of like motivational speeches she's had to give me along the way to keep me going. Thank you to my family for putting up with me and my kind of like, I want to be pro, one more year. And yeah, just thank you once again to all the fans and all the people like enjoying this event and enjoying my presence at this event. Yeah, it's been a wild ride and I definitely won't forget it. And yeah.
Very good. Well, again, thank you so much for the interview. Pleasure to meet you. And for everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things Valorant Masters right here on my YouTube channel. Hello, if you're watching this outro and you're wondering why I'm fixing my hair, it's because I want to look good for June 1st. That's when Alienware is doing their Alienware update on Twitch. You can check it out. You go check out their socials. You'll see all this information. But they're showing you some wonderful new updates, some new information on what's going on over at Alienware, and you don't want to miss it. June 1st, twitch.tv/Alienware. Be there or be square. Is that a thing people still say?